Here, I would focus on the thing that has been talked least about. Here, as I see many groups like my friend Doshia, Moroccan team, they all emphasize on data. Our presentation is not focusing on data because you already got that. So our team has decided to grasp the thing that has not been touched yet. And by saying that, I mean explaining about quality of life. Here, everybody was explaining about GDP, but we tend to ignore quality of life. Why? Because quality of life is also one of the most important factor for a country. Because as we all know, that GDP is only the data, but the suffering, the people having day-to-day difficulties are all because of quality of the life of the people. So, going to the definition, what is quality life? What does quality of life refers? As you can also see here, quality of life refers to how good or comfortable people live in their country or in community. It includes not just money or income, but also health, education, safety, freedom, and overall happiness. Now, key things that affect quality of life. Life expectancy. This means that how long the people of that particular country tend to live. Second, access to healthcare. Third, education and literacy, clean water, food and housing, personal safety and political freedom, job opportunities, income, environment, clean air, and green spaces. Now, if I have to make it more clear, I would focus on examples because examples are the thing that help us be more clarified. Now, as we can see here, a country may have high GDP, but if the people don't have clean water, safety, or education, the quality of life is still low. So you might have $1 billion of GDP, but if the people are suffering, I won't call that a really richness. It's at the end of the day, it's about freedom, it's about happiness, it's about the safety that we have talked about. And here comes my personal favorite line. So it's not just about money, it's about how well people live every day. Now, if I have to come to another slide, this slide focuses on the table which our group has showed earlier in the this slide. And here, after doing some research, after analyzing the table, what conclusion that our team got was, our team believed there is a strong relationship between country's GDP per person and overall quality of life of its citizen. The data clearly shows the countries with high GDP per person, such as United States, Germany, and Japan, also tend to have higher life expectancy, near universal adult literacy, and high internet users. This indicator represents better access to healthcare, education, and technology, which are all essential for good quality of life. In countries like United States and Germany, life expectancy is close to 80 years. Adult literacy is 99%, and the last percentage of the people regularly uses the internet. This reflects not only economic prosperity, but also social development. It shows that this country has invested in public services and infrastructures that directly benefit its people. When a country has strong economy, it can afford to build hospitals, train teachers, develop digital systems, and provide clean water and electricity to most houses. We can sum up by also saying it will also have better infrastructures. On the other hand, countries with low GDP per person such as Bangladesh, Nigeria, and Pakistan tend to show weak performance in all other quality of life indicators. For example, in Bangladesh, the GDP per person is only $1241. Life expectancy is 64 years. Literacy is 54%, and only 0.3% of the people was using the internet at the time of this data, which was on 2007. Well, obviously now the country's data have grown. Bangladesh is also leading in so many areas, so no offense to my friend, Bangladesh friend here. Now moving forward, this number reflects serious challenges in education, health, and technology. Many people in these countries may not have access to school, proper medical care, or even basic internet connection, which limit their opportunity for growth and well-being. Our team agrees that GDP alone do not determine everything in life, but it is an important factor. A high GDP allows a country to spend more on social awareness, infrastructures, and innovations. However, it is also essential how this income is distributed. If a country has high GDP, the wealth is only in the hands of few people. The quality of life of the majority people can still be poor. Therefore, government needs to ensure the economic growth is inclusive and support all sectors of society. Additionally, we also believe that other factors such as environmental sustainability, political stability, social justice, and equal opportunity also contribute to quality of life. A high GDP is a good foundation, but it should be supported by strong institutions and good governance to ensure that benefit of growth reaches all the citizens, not just in the powerful and rich people. So, in conclusion, our team believes that GDP per person is closely connected to quality of life in most countries. The data in Table 3 supports this view. Countries with higher GDP tend to have healthier quality of life. Countries also focus on how the wealth is shared and invested. A strong economy should be used as a tool to build a better, fairer, and suitable society for everyone. So, by saying this, our team has a clear stand that GDP is important, but it is just the data which is shown on the graph or in the pie chart or whatever the things that might be. But the thing that is important, more important is public wellness of the people. And if by saying that, our country would say we are focused on the happiness of people, the GDP will tend to grow itself over the period of time. Thank you. Bhutan is the only country that do not follow GDP. It follows GNP. That means gross national happiness. GNF, sorry. So they focus on happiness. So this data, what do you mean? What do we understand by that? We need to understand that if the people are healthier or the people are happier, they can also get the infrastructures. Like we all know Bhutan, they have infrastructures. They are leading in some of the way. At least they are happy. They are following. They know what they are doing. So GDP is important. We are not saying we can neglect GDP. We should not care about GDP. We should only focus on personal health. We are not saying that. We are saying both of them is important. But if we have to personally choose one thing, which, as I said, we all have different opinion. That's what separates humans from animals.